everyone, this is Chris Kies for Premier Guitar. I'm hanging out with Denver Desaparecidos. How you doing, Denver?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. Thank you for taking the time to not only go over your rig, but the whole band.
Yeah.
So we'll get right to it. Should we start with one of your RDs?
So yeah, this is my main RD. This is a 77 RD Standard. It's kind of a cool guitar. They didn't really go over so well at the time, and now they're getting a little more sought after. But these ones, the Standards, don't have the active pickups.
Okay.
They're just all passive. So that's the main one, and then...
What do you like about the RDs in general that you didn't get with an Explorer or, you know, a Firebird or anything else like that?
There's something about just the body style and size and weight, like it just fits me perfect. It's kind of tall and awkward like me, so I guess I just felt like an immediate kinship with them. But yeah, for some reason it's just a very natural guitar for me to play, and I like the weight of it and everything. This is my backup in case I break a string. This is another 77 Standard.
Do you prefer the longer scale length? Because I know Gibson's usually 24 3/4. This is actually a departure for them with 25.5.
Yeah, I do. I like it. I've got big, clunky hands, and this one helps me a lot.
Yeah.
And so when I was switching over, I got a Jazzmaster recently because it has the larger scale over Jag. This has become kind of my other go-to. I like this one a lot. Fender just sent me this one. Yeah. So those are my main ones.
Is this one like get used out, or is this like a backup, or how does this get used in the set?
This gets used on a few of the songs throughout the set. I mean, the RD is still my go-to, like my main one. And then I have this little like ESP like beater that
when do you use this in? You were telling us earlier.
I use this on hole-in-one. I do like a crazy like pitch shift on the whammy pedal, and on the RD it sounds a little bit too trebly and a little too shrieky. So I like this one better for it, but it's also such a cheap guitar, I don't mind throwing it around, or if I get in the crowd and, you know, throw it over my head or do whatever. And so yeah, this is kind of my fun, like...
So if the fans see the LTD come out, then
yeah, they know it's...
hands-on.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's fun.
And to go back to the RDs, are there anything different between one of those two in terms of like you choose, I mean, this is obviously your main one. Is the other one just a backup, or do you have different songs or different tunings?
They're both the same. I mean, this was my first one, so it's kind of like my first love, I guess.
Gotcha.
And it's always kind of the one I go to, and then that one's kind of my backup. They're very similar, but I feel like I just know this one more. It's my longest running one.
And you're always in the bridge with this one?
Always in the bridge pickup, yep. Kind of a trebly sound, but I've got my amps and everything balanced it out. So. Do
you have anything you have done to either one of them? Updated it, maybe new tuners, pickups, or anything?
No, I mean the other one was in really good condition. This one, it's been through the ringer. Like all of our gear is kind of held together by tape, and you know, it's kind of like only the strong survive at this point. Like only.
It's like Red Green, that Canadian comedian whose everything gets fixed with duct tape.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. We're just kind of hanging on. But yeah, this one's seemed to hold up the best. I guess I have different amounts of sweat that I put in each one. So.
And what about strings? What do you use typically for the RDs?
I use 11s, Diodario 11s, standards.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, should we check out the rest of the gear you guys got going on here?
Yeah, Conor just plays just a Les Paul Jr., nothing fancy about it. You can see it's also being held together by duct tape.
Yep.
A lot of gaff tape and duct tape. It's such a tiny little, yeah. We always use, you can kind of see it there, you can see it better on mine, but we use just like the beer.
Oh, the Grolsch.
The Grolsch, yeah, like that's always been our go-to. But yeah, this is such a tiny little light guitar. I feel like I'm playing like Guitar Hero when I hold on to it. It's so little on me, but it's perfect for him. And yeah, it's just got the one pickup. He uses this for the most part, and then he and Landon kind of switch around. Like sometimes Conor will play baritone, and sometimes Landon will play guitar. And so this is Landon's like main guitar, this
Gotcha.
95 Les Paul Special. But if Conor breaks a string, well, this one obviously right now is a broken string, case in point. But between the two, they'll just use each other's and kind of keep the show on the road.
Gotcha.
But yeah, when Landon's not playing bass, he plays this, and then Conor plays these big old baritones, these Dan Electro baritones, but they're super light.
Is there anything that they know that ahead of time they're going to be switching around, or is it kind of just play by ear?
We usually make like a set list, and then the guitar tech knows which one is which. But every once in a while, we'll throw an audible in there. But he just got this sparkly one.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, they're hard to find, like for some reason. And I saw this one at Guitar Center one day and just bought it on the spot. I didn't even plug it in or try it. But it's become his main one. He's got this other backup now that kind of gets the job done. But this one, it just sounds so much
more tape.
Yeah, a lot of tape, just tape everywhere. it sounds a lot darker, and this one's a lot brighter, and it just cuts through a lot better. For some reason, I think that one just bent through the ringer. He smashed a couple of them too, and basically all this stuff is like whatever's survived the longest. And then Landon, yeah, he just plays P basses. This is his main one. Nothing really stand out about it. I mean, you can see he's punched the pickup in on that a little bit, but not as much duct tape on this one.
No.
But you can see the Grolsch on there.
Yep, still got the beer locks.
It's just got the backup P bass in case anything happens. But yeah, it's just all just dirty, grungy gear.
Do you guys typically just play in standard tuning, or do you have any alternate tunings?
We all standard tuning. There was one song we used to play in drop D, but we haven't really been playing that.
Okay.
So it's all pretty standard.
Right on. Well, I guess we should get on to some more fun stuff. Not that guitars aren't fun, but
Yeah.
check out the stuff on stage.
A lot of toys.
All right, let's check it out.
Cool.
All right, Denver, we're over here at Conor's little stomp station. Talk to us about what he's got going on here.
Yeah, he's got a pretty simple rig. He's just got a tuner and this hand-painted box of rock, Earthquaker Monarch, and organizer. He doesn't even use that. You can see that other pedal just plugged into itself.
Of course.
But yeah, he uses the box of rock. That's really mainly the only one he uses with his guitar. On one song, he'll use the organizer for just kind of a little effect.
Yeah.
And then he uses the Monarch when he's playing the baritone because he's got it EQ'd a little differently.
Okay, I was going to ask, I'm not familiar with the Monarch. I'm familiar with the other two, but what's the Monarch actually, its job, or so to speak? Is it a drive pedal or
Yeah,
EQ?
it's just a tough drive pedal,
Okay.
but he's just got it, set differently than the box of rock because it's
Gotcha.
such a bassier, the baritone. He plays them both through his divided by 13 amp.
Cool.
But yeah, he's got a pretty simple setup. I don't think he could manage much more with all the singing and all the
Right.
stuff he's got going on. He's got a 1937. He's played through all the recordings and live for years. He used to play through a Vox AC30 that he had kind of hot rodded, but this has just been great in the studio and live. Just a killer rig.
All right, Denver, now we're over to Landon's little area. Tell me about what's going on here.
Yeah, he primarily just uses different drives. He's got the MXR that's got the DI that he likes a lot. But yeah, he switches between those, and he'll use the Black Eye Earthquaker boost for just a little extra push on some of the really loud parts.
Gotcha.
But same kind of setup as Conor's. Like he'll use the Sans amp and the MXR just for his bass, and then he uses the OCD for when he switches over to the guitar songs. Okay. And then yeah, the Black Eye is just always a boost in case he needs a little more oomph for a louder part. But as opposed to Conor going between the divided by 13, staying on the divided by 13, Landon will switch between the SVT and his little Bassman setup there.
And then what's with the two different DIs?
I don't know. He likes just a few different options to
Gotcha.
give the sound guy to work with because sometimes it doesn't cut better and sometimes it does, and so he just kind of switches it up and whatever sounds better per room. He kind of comes in during sound check and figures out, like he'll kind of tune it for each room that we play in.
It's good to have options.
Yeah, it's just such a weird thing. Distorted bass can lose a lot of the low end,
Yeah.
and so he's kind of trying to find different ways to get around that.
And speaking of options, we're going to get to your area now, so we're going to have you grab a guitar and make some noise.
All right, sounds good.
All right, Denver, this is everyone's favorite part of the video when we do these and we get the chance to actually have the guitars fired up. So
it's really fun.
So not only as you play some noises, but walk us through what you got going on in your two pedal boards.
Okay, yeah, so these are the two that I always use no matter what to play the Desa songs. It starts with just a standard Boss tuner, and then it goes into this delay pedal, just a Boss DD6, and I've got it set on the loop mode, and that's what I use for the glitched little, for those
City
sounds.
on the Hill?
Yeah, City, exactly. So the... But I keep it right in front of the whammy pedal, so if I want to, I can kind of like, oops.
Oh yeah, push it.
Yeah, I can oscillate it a little more, kind of mess with it. And then I go to a Fairfield ring modulator. It's called Randy's Revenge. And I don't know if you've played with those, but it's really fun to manipulate I tend to use that more just for like the chaos sections of the songs when it's just noise, because it's just noise. Then it goes through this tapeworm, which is a Sitori Sonics pedal. I don't think they make them anymore, but Main Ace makes one called a Bad Tina that's very comparable.
Okay.
Half of it's a delay that I honestly don't even use, but the half that I do use is just a synth, so it cuts the signal and it goes. So I just get down and oscillate that while we're playing.
Is that what you're using, or maybe I'm guessing wrong, but is that what you're using on 10 Steps?
That's actually the Bit Commander. I use that on Radicalized on the choruses, but I'm running it through an organizer and a Distortron, so it kind of like, it sounds, it doesn't even, you
sounds
don't even know
radicalized.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, then it goes to the delay pedal, and then just to DM3 analog delay, and then cuts back to my little earthquaker section here. That's like my first love is earthquaker devices. I honestly use this Grand Orbiter, this little phaser, for that. Like that's the whole set. Like there's one little phased out section of this song called Ralphy's Cut.
And all the knobs, except the one is cranked.
Yeah, just to give it as dramatic as to cut through as much as it can.
Yeah.
Talons is a great drive. I use it only in a couple of songs. I like it really close to the Bit Commander because sometimes I switch. I go straight from the Bit Commander into the Talons, and I just like to be able to hit them both that. Because it's on such a chaotic song where I'm playing like a tap part, and then I have to switch over real quick and go into like a strummy chorus part. But that organizer's great. I use it kind of like kind of similar to like how I have my Pog set.
Okay.
But it's got a slightly more chorusy feel to it. The pitch shifter is always doing its thing, kind of a. That's what I use on one of the songs on our first album. It's called what is that song called? Now I'm thinking about it. It's called "The Happiest Place on Earth."
Oh, okay, because there's a song off that album I wanted to ask you about is Mañana.
Oh yeah.
Like what you're doing for that during the middle build up and the chorus part.
Yeah, honestly, it's that. I mean, there's the second verse. I'm just making noise with that.
Yeah.
And then building.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, it's a cool it's such a weird pedal that Boss made briefly. I found one in a pawn shop for like $89 or something like that, and it's become like a staple. I just love that thing so much. And then it's just like two main like stomp boxes, the Walsh Mayflower, which is kind of got a nice full push to it, and then if I want to get a little more precise, I like the Zvex Distortron. I think they're both really similar, but I feel like on leads and stuff, like the Distortron cuts a little more.
Okay.
And then I've just got another DD5. That's what I use for like the main. That's been my go-to delay for like 20 years, and like on Greater Omaha, and I use that to kind of like a lot for transitions, really.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's so many possibilities with all these. And then it gets into the Red Panda area, which is I love this reverb. It's kind of like that Jamie XX, like.
Yeah, real atmospheric.
Yeah, just real big cathedral reverb, and then cuts up to the particle, which, man, that thing like. It just takes on a life of its own. Like I'm not even doing anything at this point.
And I saw that pedal tricks video you did for reverb. And
yeah.
You use those together to really bring it up.
Yeah, and sometimes between songs I'll just leave that on, and just kind of walk away and
go grab a beer.
Yeah, and then it just sounds. It's not as empty when this, our singer's like talking to the crowd or whatever and doing his thing. Like it just kind of adds a little background noise. And that's pretty much it. I mean, there's an EQ just for help boost like solos and stuff. I've got a loop station here that's DI'd completely separately from the pedal board.
Okay.
And that's what I use to run like our samples. We have between songs we have samples, and then during a couple songs we have samples. But it's just easier for me to trigger it down there than to try to coordinate it with like at one point our monitor guy was doing it, and it was kind of hard to like, no.
Yeah.
So I can just do it live, and it has nothing to do with my signal chain. But then, so this has been my rig for the last couple of years, pretty much, like for all the songs on the first album and this new album. And then I just added this third board, which is just kind of like my play zone. I don't know how else to describe it. Like this is just.
So that's not a play zone. That's work.
Yeah, this is
that's
work and
9 to 5.
This is play. Yeah, exactly, exactly. I'm really excited about this one. There's a lot of new pedals on there from a lot of great companies. I actually just put this together, and originally, my thought was, when I'm not playing like between songs and stuff, I can come back here and make noise and kind of just experiment and tinker around. But then as I was building the board, it actually became like, I think I could pretty much do everything I do on there on this. So maybe on smaller venues, I'll use that as my main board. I think I need to switch out maybe one delay pedal so I can get the glitch effect. But I mean, I've got so many. I've got the Cusack Tappa delay, which is great, and also the Black Fountain, which are two of my favorite delays right now.
Yeah.
I really like this Cusack Screamer fuzz. It's just such a ballsy drive. Like it's just, I don't know, it's such a diverse pedal. But I'm really also, right now I'm going through this stage of I just like Big Muff and Pitchfork. That's just ridiculous to me. That's like, I want to make an entire album that's all like that, just like Nintendo, like hero music.
8-bit stuff?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the Bit Commander is great for that too, but like there's something about that.
A fuzz mixed with a...
With that pit, yeah, that's just ridiculous. But yeah, all these,
What would you use the freeze for? I know that you had that going, a similar vibe maybe with what you got going, the City and the Hill, but what would you use the freeze for?
Yeah, I mean, just any atmosphere, but especially leading into this pitch grinder, this Dwarfcraft pitch. So like, I use it on the latch mode and I'll just get something just to kind of, get that signal. So I'll just use that to get a signal to keep consistently going through the pitch grinder. But that's another fun thing to kind of put on and then walk off stage and it's still, doing that while you're, off. You're
Getting
done.
A salad or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're getting another drink backstage. But yeah, all these, I mean, it's just so fun.
And this is a pedal I've never heard of.
Yeah, the Guitar Disruptor.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Yeah, this company, Electrophostis, I first became interested because they make like a theremin, a photo theremin that you can, just kind of manipulate with your foot. And so I started looking at their catalog, and they also have this stepchild, which is just a kill switch.
Oh, okay.
If you don't want to do the, the pickup trick.
Yeah.
But I just kind of like having it down there. But yeah, this Disruptor, it's kind of like a weird, it's like an 8-bit. It's kind of like, it's similar to, it's got aspects of the Bit Commander and the gear. I don't know, it's just a weird, it just kind of totally messes with your signal.
I feel like I'm taking heat.
Yeah, right? Same thing with this gear, the gears, the Dwarfcraft gears. It's like, I don't know, it's like sound design. I can just see this like in a trailer or something when, you know how movie trailers just become all about like big low end bass hits.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's just become my little noise lab over here. This Afterneath, the Earthquaker Afterneath is still one of my all-time favorites. It honestly, it's like 4 pedals in one to me because it's got like some pitch shift, some reverb, some delay in there. I think that's another super diverse pedal.
It has really great like particle effects, like where you can hear the stuff, the actual tones, but like you can hear like little
all the subtleties,
little extras.
Yeah, this Messner pedal too is this is the newest pedal from Walrus. It's just like a light. They call it like their just enough drive. Just a great tone. But yeah, obviously I think there's probably about 50 pedals somewhere around there, or maybe 35 or 40, I don't know, too many. But it's fun, and I just have fun with it every night, just like trying out different things and trying to make weird noises. And
so why haven't you adapted maybe a switching system, or like a Bradshaw's type rigging system where you could have patches and setup?
I've thought about it, and there's been times when I really wish that I had, but ultimately I kind of like the challenge of having to kind of tap dance, and sometimes I'll have to. That's actually why I have the 2 different boards, is so I can stand and hit 2 different pedals at the same time. I do like weird, I don't know. So I kind of like the challenge of it, but eventually with this many pedals, I think I'm going to have to come up with a system. But for now, I kind of like the
challenge,
the mad.
And when you're thinking about designing your pedal board like this one specifically, are you thinking about like, okay, I got to have these 2 pedals together for the double tap or anything?
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, like everyone does, like have the vitals down on the bottom row.
Yep.
And same with this. So I love the whammy pedal, but it tends to be problematic, and it on some of the bigger stages we play, like at festivals when there's a lot of subs and stuff, it'll slowly like bring the pedal down to where I'm out of key. So I always keep it on bypass unless I'm actually using it. And I mean, I know a lot of people have mixed emotions about whammy pedals. Like they're fun and they're just so sonically interesting. But that's why I'm thinking, because of the problems I've been having with like the stages rumbling and the different things.
Yeah.
I've been trying out that pitchfork can be used for it, and then also the super shifter does the same.
Yep.
It's the exact thing that I use the whammy for. I mean, it's just, you can set the time for how high it goes up. But I mean, that's exactly, so I don't know. It's also kind of like the challenge of maybe I could try to do everything from that board on this board and not have anything to have to recalibrate before every show.
I myself dig the pedals, so I'm glad that you're a pedal guy.
Yeah, it's fun. It's just something to do, and like, I don't know. I don't have a mic. I don't talk to the crowd, but I definitely get like, while we're going, I'll be like, you know, I'm like, oh, I could do this. Oh, I could add this noise. I could do this. Hey, man, how's it going? Oh, we're doing an interview. Zach from So Close. But yeah, just fun to just tinker around and have options and try to find different things every night, you know, things that you wouldn't have thought of before, and
exactly.
that sort of thing.
I don't want to be remiss, but want to mention you got your 2 oranges here.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of orange. I love the 8030s. This was the first one that I had originally. It was Conor's before, and it's been through the ringer. Like it's been on so many tours. It's been knocked over. It's been flipped over, and so I got this one of my own, just the same 8030, but in the black. I got that from them, and now it's cool because I've got them set a little differently, and also if one goes out, then the other one's there, and if their amp's good, it's happened a couple of times where their amp have cut out, and we've just dragged this across the stage, and it's ready to go, rather than having a backup like off in a. Plus, it also helps make the stage look a little more even because they got two. Yeah. They got a lot going on over there. And
they're probably saying the same thing about you. You got a lot going on over here.
That's true. Yeah, pedal world. Yeah, but that's kind of my thing. Like I'm always looking at them and scheming.
Are that either of the combos have different speakers in it, or are they identical?
They're identical, yep.
Okay.
This amp's had a lot of work to it, and everything's been replaced, and you can see there's just random knobs on there. And but yeah, they both have different personalities, and it's fun. Normally we have them both mic'd up, but tonight, it's a smaller venue.
Yep.
I honestly don't know if tonight I'll even have this third board out. We'll see.
Well, thank you for bringing it out for us.
Yeah, no,
Check it out.
I'm stoked. I'm glad to, any chance I get to get it out and mess around with it. It's just such a clean setup too. It's like,
for now.
Yeah. It'll be covered in duct tape next time we talk, I'm sure.
You're right.
Don't forget to sign up for PG Perks, your all-access pass to exclusive gear giveaways and discounts on PremierGuitar.com.